Why did it take two Englishmen to produce a film about, two great American boxers?
Well, I think because you Americans had kind of decided the story was over. Muhammad Ali had won the fight. Muhammad Ali is, this great saint-like figure. End of story. But, over in England, the two of us thought that you'd kind of forgotten about Joe Frazier, a great American hero.
Some other documentaries, for example, When We Were Kings, we know that there was a really tough relationship between Ali and Frazier really, had a hard time dealing with all the attention and sort of that Ali got that he felt he deserved.
I think that that side of the relationship was also one-sided. I think probably over here you remember comments at the very Salt Lake City Olympics when Ali was about to light the flame and a reporter said to Joe Frazier, what do you think about Ali lighting the flame? And Joe said, well, I hope someone pushes him in. And but there were reasons for that comment, and that's the film we set out to make.
They were both nearly died in that ring, and it was so much more than a sporting duel, and indeed our film is much more than a sporting documentary. It's about this incredibly intense rivalry, which was so much more about America in 1975. It was about race, it was about religion, it was about Vietnam, and all of that stuff was going on. But somehow, and the fight itself almost became a metaphor for all of that. And the hostility was quite incredible. And we all know about Muhammad Ali. He's as iconic in Britain as he is in America. But Joe has never really told his story. So the whole point is to take his point of view.
I think it still hurts. After all these years, what Muhammad Ali did to him, it still hurts. So
why hasn't he been able to move on, let this go?
It was probably the defining moment of his life, wasn't it? Because, it could have gone either way, that fight. If he'd won, it would have been the ultimate victory over Ali. But it was the sort of beginning of the end of his career, really, wasn't it? And
we say it in the film, some of the things that Ali said about Joe, he called him an Uncle Tom,
he called him a gorilla.
He called him a gorilla. I mean, he called Joe Frazier a racial traitor, which I think was very hard for Joe to take, and I don't think he'll sometimes say he has forgiven Ali. I genuinely believe he hasn't.
Oh, the cameraman. I said, where you come from? What we gotta do here? What are we doing there? Shucks. All right. Now I'm gonna go over there. What we gotta do today? Nothing?
Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. And 30 years on from Manila, the legendary Smokin' Joe Frazier is still in the same gym where he trained for his brutal battle with Muhammad Ali. He even lives here, in a small room in the back he calls his dungeon.
What else have you got in your bag?
I'm gonna take some soup I'm gonna heat up and eat, and some corn. And I got my water right there, I got my medicine I'm gonna take. Let's go way back.
Frazier could have retired, but he can't walk away from boxing. At 63, he is still training fighters alongside his son Marcus.
Put it right hand like you need it.
His gym walls are a gallery to his glorious past as heavyweight champion of the world. And he would have been remembered very differently were it not for one man, Muhammad Ali.
What did you guys learn that you didn't know before while you were making it?
To find those stories that you feel like really haven't been told is rare and elusive. And you take an iconic event like this and you presume it's signed, sealed and delivered. But I think the most gratifying thing about making this film is that the more we pictured it, the more we thought, this is extraordinary. I can't believe people haven't told this side of the story before.
It just makes them think again about Muhammad Ali. You're just showing a different point of view, You know, it's fair, but it's just seeing it differently, and that's what seems to surprise.
We didn't set out to make a film that gives Muhammad Ali a kicking. I mean,
Right.
we really didn't. I mean, I still think he is, and probably will always remain, the greatest sportsman of all time. But I think, you know, he's done a disservice by, he's kind of been turned into this sort of
This
benign,
icon,
this sort of woolly saint, this benign figure. And we're kind of, I think, you know, without sounding too pompous, we're kind of humanising him again. We're reminding people that this was a very complicated, contradictory character, and you know, we're restoring some of that contradiction.
And there were two guys in the fight, and we're just, you know, hearing from the other guy.